race fans, and welcome once again to the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. Here it is, Season 2. It's the regular season finale, the Andrea Weiss Parkinson's Awareness 80, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. I tell you, it's been a long regular season, and it's time to wrap things up here, the final race of the regular season, and we're going to be doing it here at Daytona. And of course, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. That would be Sonic Graphic Design, Admin Box, Turn 2 Terribles, and Buster's Corner. And want to give a shout out to our broadcast sponsor, SRM Design, the official paint shop of Rice Motorsports TV. And we have, let's see, we have just maybe a minute or so. Looks like a couple of minutes to go before we move on to qualifying. And let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here. Let's bring up the drivers here. And Ken Baum Jr., he's stretching out that lead just a little bit. Now 17 points ahead of Nick Cannon. Kyler McCarthy still in that third position. A lot of moving behind him, though. Lucas Nilgis moves up to the fourth place, bumps Tyler Isley down to fifth. Looks like David Smith Jr. moved up a spot there. Bill Hales had a good week last week, moved up 2 positions into the 7th position. William Brown lost a couple. I don't believe he wasn't there last week. Carson Pittman also lost a position down to 9th, and Stan Mayberry holding on to that top 10 position. And as you look on down the order there for your top 20, you'll see, the biggest mover was Don DeGroot, up 3 positions into 14th. Kevin Click, boy, I tell you, we saw last week at Watkins Glen, crashed coming right off of pit road. And boy, that just ended his night, and that hurt. Cost him 5 positions, knocked him down to 17th. And so now we've got everybody out here getting ready to go qualifying. Then we still have that tie down there, Carl Fitz and Michael Self, but that is going to change tonight. And I saw earlier Carl was feeling a little under the weather, so he won't be able to race tonight. So obviously, if Michael Self, is he in the server? Yep, he is in the server tonight, so that tie will be broken. Let's go ahead and move over to the team standings here, and the top 5 remain unchanged. Nitro in first position, Turn 2 Terribles, Glitter Kitty Racing third, Mopar Motorsports fourth, Up in Smoke in the 5th position. Now Posse Racing, they jumped ahead of Mayberry Motorsports into that 6th spot, and everyone else remains unchanged. So I think we have just maybe the checker flag is out now, getting ready to roll over to qualifying. And we'll hang out here with them and watch some of the guys come out. Check out the weather here tonight. Boy, it's really nice out there. 68 degrees air temperature, very little winds, only 2 miles an hour. And track temperature a bit on the cool side, 68 degrees as well. And so we'll see how things go out there tonight. They had their standard 4 sets of tires. They have 3 green light checker attempts for 80 laps at this 2.5 mile facility. And as always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. And let's see. Let's try to grab some folks that are out on track. And Jeremy Zarfa, is he in? He decided to abort his start. There's Ken Baum Jr. making his way around on his out lap here. I believe he's coming around now I think this will be his first, starting his first time lap. So now the clock is running for the number 2. And you notice on that first lap, they always stay up on the high side. They got to get these cars wound up as quickly as possible. Best way to do that is stay on that high side so they're not scrubbing off too much speed as he races down the backstretch. We'll bring up the timing tower in case we see any anybody else has already crossed the line or not. He could be the first. Making his way now down to the trioval and come to the line. Let's see what he gets there as he crosses the stripe and throws down the gauntlet. 49.889, and he immediately gets bumped to third. Nick Cannon on provisional pole, 49.541. And he gets bumped, man, they're falling quickly. Boy, Brian Pressler at the pole, 49.087. Bill Hales is in that P2 position at the moment, 49.105. Briggs Swope up there in the P3 position at the moment, 49.139. Don DeGroot now on the board, fourth fastest at the moment, 49.188. Let's see, Presley, he's coming around now. Let's see if he can hold on to his provisional pole here as more times continue. Coming down to the stripe here, and let's see what he gets as he crosses the line there. And he doesn't improve, but he's still on provisional pole at the moment. Robbie Bice up into that second position, 49.090. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and as we're waiting for the time to count down for qualifying, we'll go ahead and take a break here real quick and hear from our sponsors, and we'll also put in our national anthem at the end, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? My man! My way to Monday Night Raw.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. We've got Devin Board with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Yep.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, folks, we are back here, and cars are out, getting ready to get going here. And let's see, let's go ahead and take a look at your starting grid. And on the pole, we got Bill Hales, David Salter starting second, Brian Pressler third, Robbie Bison the fourth position, Dylan Hastings fifth, sixth is Stan Mayberry, seventh is Nick Cannon, eighth is Briggs Swope, Kevin Click ninth, Don DeGroot 10th, Carson Pittman 11th, 12th is Matthew Fitz. In the 13th position, we have Jeremy Zarfos, Lucas Nilgers 14th, Michael Self 15th, Brian Roderick 16th, 17th Ken Baum Jr., 18th David Smill Jr., 19th John Ashley Amundsen, Michael Zuber 20th, 21st Jimmy Barr, 22nd Jaden Bingaman, Alex Mater in the 23rd spot, 24th Kyler McCarthy. At 25th position, Steve Strittenmatter with George Wood 26th, Brody Green 27th, Chris Lynn 28th, and Tristan Kahn starting shotgun on the field in the 29th position. And they're making their way off of turn 4 here. Waiting for pace car to go in. We got a green flag, and we're racing here at Daytona. Oh boy, caution already. Big pile up in the back there. Oh man, where to start? I see there's Matthew Fitz right in the middle of it there. He's trying to get going. There's Colin McCarthy just going past, and they just passed somebody else there on track. So caution right at the drop of the green flag. Don't know if somebody spun their tires. Let's see if we can go back and try to find out what happened there. Try to get back to the beginning of it here. Let's see. Let's go back here with, I see Ryan Broderick was shown one of the first people to be involved. And so we'll slow it down now. Ryan Broderick, he's the number 5 car. He's up on the high side there. And you see the number 72, David Smeal, he's behind him. And, up in front of him, they start piling up. The 3 might have got into the 61 Don DeGroot, and things started going a little haywire right there. And then Broderick, he didn't have anywhere to go. There's Fitz, and you see the 2 there, Ken Baum Jr., he, going down in the grass. A lot of folks, trying to take some evasive action. So somebody got on the gas a little bit quicker than the rest, and that's pretty much what happened there. Now everybody's catching up to the field here. And so that's got right now it's showing Dylan Hastings as your leader here. Oh, they advertise that as 80 laps here tonight. It's actually 100 laps. I saw in the chat that they said 80 laps, so it's actually 100. So that's at least that's what they have it set up in the server as. Some folks coming down pit road. Stan Mayberry making his way down. Jeremy Zarfos. Now, these guys, they don't have fast repairs. So they have to hope that they don't have too much damage there. There's Henbaum Jr. making his way down, and his car doesn't look too bad either, really. Let's see. A lot of activity on pit road there. Jaden Bingaman. Take a closer look at his car. His car, oh, you see the crew there just knocked the right front fender out just a little bit, so he did have a little bit of minor damage there. Let's see. Lucas Nilgis down on pit road. And his car doesn't look too bad. I think a lot of folks who got caught up in that, they probably wanted to make sure that that everything was looking as good as possible on there. Folks making their way out. A lot of folks still on pit road. No fast repairs. Have to do what you can, and no one looks like they have any real serious damage. The caution came out so quick, and you know, everybody just kind of, those guys in the back, they got into each other, but they weren't up to full speed yet. So I didn't even look like anybody really had any missing parts or anything. So that might have been very good for them. So now Bill Hales is right at the point here. So that an interesting start for sure. And I'm thinking they'll probably get they should get the one to go this time around. And the lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be lap 5 when we get the green flag. No, nobody's on pit road, so we're able to come around, and good to see everybody still in the race. Just now making their way onto the back stretch. Looks like everybody's forming up nicely here on the back stretch. Now it's showing it is showing Strick Matter as it's showing him as out, the 51 car. Now it's showing him on pit road. Now he's not in the car, but the car doesn't look too bad. But he is sitting on pit road as the field's making its way through turns 3 and 4. Pace car should be pulling off this time around. Got a few drivers with webcams tonight. Looks like we got about 4 that I see here. We'll be hopping on board with them throughout the race. Pace car down on pit road. Bill Hales leading them back to the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Racing has resumed here at Daytona. And they're getting underway. Coming onto the back stretch. See a couple of cars blinking back there in the back. Dylan Hastings up on that high side. Trying to get a little bit of a push there from Brian Pressler in that second position at the moment. And it looks like they all made it through, completed that lap. Now lap number 6. Hastings down to the front there with Brad Pressler right in tow there. Bill Hales in that third spot, followed by Kevin Click. Nick Cannon, you know, you don't ever see him not too far from the front. Getting a nice little push there to Hales. They're trying to get that high side going there a little bit. They're not going too far. We're seeing guys going right in front of them, just moving right ahead. Briggs Swope down on the inside line there. He's got Robbie Bice up on the high side. Bice trying to get some up. That inside line is really moving right now, folks. The guys in the high side, they're just not, they're not getting anywhere at the moment. Riding on board there with Robbie Bice, you can just see the inside is just leaving them behind. There's the 52 there, Michael Self down on the inside. Bice now trying to get a little bit more boost going on here. Looks like he's being pushed by, I think that's the 53 Bill Hales. Racing to the line, so far so good. Even back in the field here, there's Michael Self. Boy, he is right in the thick of it right now. Riding right along there near the Carson Pittman, the number 4 car, up on the high side. A little bit further back now, there's Matthew Fitz. Currently running in, showing its 17th position. Stan Mayberry on the high side, 48 machine. So it looks like everybody's got their race start jitters, shaking out now and getting underway. They're on lap 9 of 100. Up the front there, Hastings continues to lead. Hastings, Pressler, Click, Swope, and Zuver. Jimmy Bart challenging for that top 5 position. He's in that 6th spot at the moment. Zuver down on the inside, the 96 car there. Now we're showing John Ashley Amerson, Alexander Mader, Tristan Kahn, and Steve Strittmatter not on the lead lap. Strittmatter still showing, it's showing he has retired the car. I saw somebody down on the apron, couldn't see who that was. Was that Stritt? No, it wasn't Strittmatter. It was Tristan Kahn. I think he was just exiting pit road, getting up to speed, but man, the field went right on by, and he wasn't able to catch up to him. It looks like the outside line might be moving a little better now. Kevin Click up near the front of that line on the high side there, currently sort of kind of trying to hold on to that 3rd position. Got some of that's Briggs Swope down on the he was down on the apron there, having to try to get in line, losing a lot of positions. Riding on board here with 88 David Salter, currently in that 10th position. And the entire field, with the exception of maybe a couple of cars, the field is staying pretty packed here so far in the race. Looks like maybe you may have 3 or 4 stragglers at the back there. Because we saw Tristan Kahn come out of, he's in the 28th position. He's probably the, you don't see him on the track map there, but he's probably back there with 24th position, Brody Green. A bit further back in order, there's Don DeGroot, the 61 up on the high side. He got turned around a little bit, bring out that caution. Currently in the 17th position. 5 car there. Brian Broderick down on the inside. Oh, somebody got really close to the wall up there, up near the front. I think it was, it might have been Kevin Click, I believe. He's still racing along, okay. They continue to race along. Everybody's in line. Nick Cannon in that 5th spot. Bill Hale's right behind him. They're both following Michael Zuber in the 96 Miller Lite car there. Opting to stay on that inside line. You see almost everybody has gotten down on the inside now. Nobody's really messing with that high side at all at the moment. Now maybe later on in the race, we might see some folks move up there. See, who is that up there? I think that's the, yeah, the 42 car. And who is the 42? I don't recognize that number. 42. 42. Oh, that's Jeremy Zarfos, yeah. Now, him and Kevin Clicker right there on that high side. Michael Self down on the inside. A little bit of a gap starting to form now. Looks like we got about, what, 5 cars there, a 4-car draft on that high side. Trying to see if they can work together up there. You see the 35 there, Kevin Click, giving a nice little push there to Jeremy Zarfos as they make their way off of turn 4 here. Another little bump there. Hastings still at the front, leading the way with Brian Pressler in tow. At first there, I thought it was going to be like a second group pack of cars. I thought the field was about to split into 2, but it looks like a lot of the guys back here are, now the Stan Mayberry, that's almost where the gap is starting to form between Mayberry and Matthew Fitz there. There's a lot more space in between these guys. Ken Baum Jr. If there's a gap that's going to form, it's almost right in that area there. Baum Jr. way back in the order. I don't know if he tried to qualify or not, but he's definitely way back there right now, and he started in the 17th position. Still only a few cars on that high side, braving that high line at all. And there's 88. Oh, 88 got close to David Smeal there. Smeal up on the high side with Kevin Click there, Jeremy Zarfos, and also Chris Lynn in the 32 machine. They're the only 4 right now remaining on that high line. I see Matthew Fitz a little further back, just dropped. He moved out of the inside line. Maybe Fitz is going to see if he can draft up there to catch those guys. Oh, boy. And he squeezes back down on the inside right in front of the 5 of Ryan Broderick. While these guys are battling, you know, Hastings, Pressler, and Swope and Zuver, they're kind of just motoring right on along. Not doing anything to rock the boat here, just sticking right with the program. Stay in line, and because we got a long ways to go. Now we do see that high line starting to get up there a little bit. Jeremy Zarfos currently in the 5th position. Him, Kevin Click, Chris Lynn, Bill Hales, and David Smith Jr. trying to see if they can work their way up a little closer. See him now trying to move up there on Michael Zuber. Yeah, they are starting to get just a little bit closer to the front. Let's look a little further back in the field here. There's Stan Mayberry in that 15th position. He's tucked right down on the inside there. Ken Baum Jr. moved up to that high line. Now he does have the, he's got the 26, Jaden Bingaman right behind him, and also the 4 car of Carson Pittman. Looks like Don DeGrooten 61 is also up there. So now we've got more guys up on that high line now, trying to see if they can make a move forward here. They see that front pack of cars up on the high line. Oh, and okay, the 5, he moved up. Broderick moved up. He's almost, they're almost with 3 wide. They're coming out of 4. I'm sorry, I think that was turn 2. They're going down the backstretch at the moment here. And you can see, boy, Ken Baum Jr., they're really catching that outside line. The guys up at the front. And man, we got a race now at the front here. Look at Dylan Hastings. He's actually moved up to the high side. Left Brian Pressler down on the inside. Oh, he's getting swallowed up himself. Jeremy Zarfos, the guys on the high line there, making a charge for the lead. Zarfos drops down in front of Pressler. Chris Lynn now on that high side. He was pushing Zarfos. So now it's a big battle going on here at the front. That outside line really starting to come alive now. A little further back, everybody's moving around. It wasn't a whole lot of wind. It was only 2 miles an hour. Let's see, has the weather changed at all? And well, the air temperature is now 67 degrees. I think it dropped a degree. It's track temperature only 70 degrees. David Smith Jr. currently in that 8th position, riding on board the number 72 driver. Opting to go on that high line, and so far so good. Trying to stay in that top 10. See Pittman down on the inside, trying to get it from him. Now he's P9 at the moment as they go down the backstretch. get up there, give a little bump there. I want to say that's I think that's Chris Lynn in front of him there. Ryan Pressler still in that second position. Whoever's leading the race, he's sticking to whoever the leader is. Now he's trying to draft there with the 42 Jeremy Zarfos, and Briggs Swope is doing the same thing. He's sticking right behind the 67 as they race down the backstretch. Michael Zuber doing the same. Pressler, Swope, and Zuber, they're sticking together so far here. Now, not much of a gap between Zuber and Cannon. Cannon is trying to close the gap there a little bit. A lot of folks moved back down onto the inside line there. And I thought I saw Tristan Kahn going into the, it looked like he was going into the pits, but maybe he was just down low. So far, still only the one retirement that we can see here. Everybody really starting to stretch out now. Jaden Bingaman currently in that 11th position. Who was that up on the high side? Oh, that's the number one right there, Dylan Hastings. He was leading the race, and boy, now he's kind of stuck up on that high side. No way to get back down to the inside. He'll just have to try to race his way back to the front. He's got Ken Bond Jr. right behind him, trying to push him back up there. We saw those other guys make their way to the front, working that hot line. Well, a few more guys just moved up to the high side. Nick Cannon, who was that in front of Cannon? I think that was Michael Zuber. You know, as that race progresses, you know, and the track will change. Folks trying to find the best time to move up there if they think that that outside line is working better. Still, the entire field is staying pretty close together here. A little further back, there's Ryan Broderick, 19th position. Matthew Fitz passing him on that high side. Also, Michael Self, the 52 car there. Now, Jimmy Barr, they're a little bit further back. Jimmy's in that 22nd position. These are some of those guys. Now, actually, Jimmy's right there with Stan Mayberry. But a little bit further back is George Wood. He's who's that he's got behind him? That's Brody Green. They're kind of in no man's land out there, and they're not by themselves. They can draft, so that may slow the progress of them getting lapped. Leaders are still over 20 seconds behind them, or make that about 19 seconds. There they are. And they're your leaders now coming out of turn 4. Coming down to the stripe, it'll be lap 32 of 100. Man, I tell you, this race, they had that caution right at the front, and we're starting to inch our way to the halfway point here. Let's find some more onboard drivers here. Let's see, where's Lucas Nilges? He's back there in the 11th position at the moment. The white Kansas City Chiefs, number 21 there. Right behind Nick Cannon. I tell you, this race is just flying right on by. See, we also have who haven't we seen? Well, we locked in on the 3 earlier. Matthew Fitz. He's also running. See, where's Matthew at? He is right there in 7th. That was his dad, Carl Fitz, we were talking about before the race started, feeling a little bit under the weather. So shout out to Carl there. Hope we'll see him back on track next week. Now we saw several people pit, obviously from that lap 1 caution. But there's quite a few folks that did not. Now, some folks, they were on pit road. Looks like they might have been getting a little sheet metal straightened out there. And some folks might have pitted just to go ahead and get top off the tanks there. Michael Zuber now, your leader, up there with Nick Cannon, Lucas Nilges. Some of the usual suspects making their way to the front there. How about the 42 there? Jeremy Zarfos down on the inside, trying to keep pace with those guys. That, boy, I tell you, it's like that outside line. It wasn't doing anything at the very start of the race. Now they're surging up there at this point. Who knows? They may fall back again as we crank out some more laps here. But right now, they're definitely starting to stretch ahead. And, oh, somebody, is that Dylan Hastings? I saw somebody, I thought I saw somebody going down on pit road. Or there's Jimmy Barr and Stan Mayberry. Definitely has some work to do to catch up to the field. Bill Hales was up there at the front now. He's really mired back in the pack in that 15th position at the moment. Now I'm kind of expecting to see some green flag pit stops here. We've gone 36 laps into this 100 lap race. Now, I don't want a caution, but if we do get a caution, we'll try to see if we can grab Robbie Bice and have a word with him, sponsoring tonight's race. Baum Jr. now inside the top 10, running in that 9th position. Now they still haven't caught anybody. Like, you see several cars that are not with the main pack, and they're kind of spread around the track there. But they do have, like, say, if we go back here, Brody Green, he does have George Wood right there with him. So they're drafting along, and that really does make a difference. 2 cars definitely can go faster than one, and the gap has been closing. It wasn't, last time we checked in on it, it was like 19 seconds. Now it's around between 11 and 12 seconds, but it's taken a lot longer for them to get caught up by the leaders, and that's the one thing that's saving them and some of the other drivers. Like, who is that in the 26th John Ashley Amerson, he's there in the 55 car, and he's got Alex Mader right there in front of him, so they're drafting along as well. And they're a little bit more than half a lap behind. I don't believe they're on the lead lap. They are a lap down. At least Amerson is. And they're probably trying to hold on till we get some green flag pit stops or maybe a caution, whichever comes first here. Like Amerson, let's see, who is Amerson, I believe, is in the lucky dog position, so if something did happen, he's nowhere near it, and who knows, he may be able to grab a lucky dog out of this. Brian Pressler right back up. Boy, it's Zarfos, Pressler, and Briggs Swope in that third position. Zuber was back there, up there with them, but he's up on the high side now. Dylan Hastings, who had been leading the race, now working his way back up to the guys right up near the front. And boy, we're only 10 laps from the halfway point. Now lap 40 of 100. Look at the 96 there, Michael Zuber up on the high side. He's another one of our webcam drivers here tonight. Trying to get that outside line working once again. And boy, look at all the guys that are peeling off.
The yellow flag is
Oh no,
out.
I thought they were pitting. That's a caution. Zuber, he's showing in the lead right now. And oh boy, what happened back there? There's a lot of guys. I think they were going to go. A lot of guys did pit, but something went wrong as they were going down the pit road. Let's go back and back up here, see if we can see what happened. I don't see. Now, you know what? It actually doesn't look like anybody crashed. I think some guys might have just kind of went all over the place and went in the grass, and something triggered the caution there. Let's go back here with Kyler McCarthy, and we'll ride along with him. Now, McCarthy, he's the 42 there. He's mixed up in that pack right there. Oh, I see the number 1 got turned around. Dylan Hastings, he got a little touch there from I think that was the 2 car, Ken Baum Jr. Oh, and he did make contact. Him and Robbie Robbie Bice, the 28 machine. Oh man. And Robbie, oh man, he's going for a bit of a ride there. Heavy damage on the 28. Definitely didn't want to see that. And oh brother. And he's down in the grass, and so that's so this is caution number 2 here, and everybody's coming down pit road. Oh, Michael Zuber overshot just a little bit, and tires and fuel now for the number 96 machine. That overshot may cost him a little bit. He's down and away. They're all on their way out. Looks like now Nick Cannon, he won the battle off of pit road. I think he'll be your leader here as they get themselves sorted out. Looks like it'll be Nick Cannon there, Brian Pressler, or maybe it'll be Lucas Nilgis. Right now it's Lucas Nilgis lining up behind the number 8. And who is, somebody's in front of Nick Cannon. That's Alex Mader, the 45 car. Now, he did not pit. He pitted on lap 6. So he's probably going to wait till the 1 to go and get that wave around because he's currently 26th position. He's a lap down. So once they get the 1 to go, he should be able to come on around there. Dylan Hastings, I think he's getting a little work done. There's John Ashley Amison making his way off of pit road. Colin McCarthy just finishing. We see a little bit of damage on that right front for the number 24 there as he gets back underway. Ryan Broderick also making his way out. Robbie Bice still down on pit road, and oh no, major damage for the 28. Oh man, Robbie might be he might be out of it here for a while. But you know, we're gonna, I'm gonna grab him anyway and bring him up here with us for a moment. Hey Robbie, Tony in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey man, what's going on?
Man, I tell you, man, that was a tough deal there. I mean, did things kind of got out of hand, folks going down on pit road, I guess, huh?
Yeah, yes, man. I didn't. We went high, so we were going to stay out. We had really good gas mileage, and we were going to stay out longer. And we talked about going high, so we wouldn't get caught up in the melee if they were trying to pit. People getting loose or whatever. And yeah, I just didn't. I mean, there's just nowhere to go. I had to sit and see him.
Yeah, man, we hate to see that for you, man, and wanted to get a word with you there, because I mean it's obviously it's a great cause here, the Parkinson's awareness tonight here, and I hate to see damage like that, and hopefully you'll be able to get back out on track.
Oh, I'm still towing. I had 7 minutes of towing.
Oh wow! Okay, 7 minutes. Good grief. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. My wife has Parkinson's, so it's a deadly disease. I never realized how deadly it was until she got it, and there's just not enough awareness for it. So
you got about 4 laps of fuel left.
To put some recognition and let people know about it, and it's just a bad disease.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, our hearts definitely go out to her, man, and just wish you the best as always. And I think they might be getting close to 1 to go. Oh, they got the greens. I'm gonna put you back down to your channel, and good luck, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, bud.
And we're racing once again. Green flag racing has resumed. Nick Cannon's up at the front. It's him and Lucas Nilgis. Michael Zuver is he's got himself in that 3rd position. Matthew Fitz is running 4th at the moment, and they're all packed up there close together. Bill Hales actually he's battling with Matthew Fitz. He's on that high side, and David Salter, teammate to Robbie Bice, now in that 6th position. And he's got Carson Pittman back there too. So a couple of teammates right up there near the front. Try to salvage a good result there for Mopar Motorsports. Good to see Nick Cannon running out front there. Boy, how many times have we seen him chasing somebody? It could have been Ken Baum Jr. It could have been whoever was in front of him. He might be running like 2nd or 3rd or something like that, trying to get there. And right now he's up the front. We're 5 laps from the halfway point. Still a very long ways to go with Nick Cannon there, and along with Lucas Nilgis, 2 teammates. So they'll be working together. Michael Zuver in that 96 Miller car. Now, they're Glitter Kitty and Team Sparky, they're basically kind of the same, all the same family. It's 2 different team names there, so basically 3 teammates there right up at the front, and that'll be good for them. You know what they say, strength in numbers there. Then you have Bill Hales back in that 4th position also for Mopar Motorsports. And he's with his 2 teammates up on the high side. Everybody racing hard here at Daytona. Stan Mayberry, another Mopar driver, now in that 12th position. As they continue to race along. There continue to furious battling going on back, even at the back here. Let's see, I think, is that, yeah, there's Brian Pressler now back at the 20th position, make it 19th. But I tell you, I'm sure he preferred the view up near the front than being way back there in the thick of it. But you know, that's how it goes, you know. And don't forget, if you have the ability to, you know, if you have an extra screen watching the broadcast, check it, look in the description. There's a link in the description for live timing and scoring, and you can keep up with your favorite driver when he's pitting, the kind of laps times he's doing, and a lot of neat, cool information in there as well. Also some links to some of our sponsors also in the description, so be sure to check them out as well. Everybody jockeying for position here. There's a 91 of Brody Green in the 6th position. Is he new to the league? Why do I feel like he's new to the league? I don't remember seeing his, unless he just I haven't seen him a lot racing. He's with Nitro. He might be a new driver. So, if so, welcome to the league. He's working his way up towards the front there. He doesn't have any teammates around him that I see. Rick Swope also was up at the front and trying to make his way back up there. Currently in that 7th position. You see that high line. Everybody, the leaders have moved back up to that high line. Bill Hales now at the point, leading David Salter with Jaden Bingaman between him and his other teammate Carson Pittman. And then behind Pittman is Stan Mayberry. So a lot of Mopar drivers right up there at the front. Now I tell you, if those Mopar guys, if they could hang in there, man, that would be a good night points wise for Mopar if they can stay up near the front. Green flag pit stop. Colin McCarthy making his way down pit road. Quite a bit of damage there on that 24 car. So he joins Robbie Bice on pit road. And I think so far we still only have the one retirement. Oh, I take that back. Tristan Kahn also has put it behind the wall as well. He joins Dave Strittmatter. Let's look back. Hey, Carl Fitz there in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're feeling better. And I got a bunch of teammates also down on the inside there. And I tell you, and the positions change so quickly. 1 minute they're all together, and so far I think they're all kind of still there. Brian Pressler. All right, everything is stabilized at the moment here. I'm trying to see. There's Don DeGroot. Boy, look at Nick Cannon. He was up at the front, got shuffled back to the 6th position. So I tell you, it's a lot of a lot of Mopar guys versus the Glitter Kitty Racing and Sparkle Unicorn drivers are all mixed up throughout the top 10 there. And then we have the Brody Green in that 7th position. Is he the lone Nitro driver up there? I think he might be. Let's see. Nick Cannon, he's with Glitter Kitty Racing. Now Jaden Bingaman got his note. There's the other Nitro driver. I thought there was somebody else up in the at the front there. Now Green is nowhere close to him right now. He's running 8th at the moment. Jaden Bingaman right now. I didn't recognize his car at first. He changed his paint color there. Currently running in the lead here. And I tell you, just surrounded by Mopar drivers. Stan Mayberry right behind him, trying to boost him on down the track there. Now that's an interesting position. Now Mayberry, he's got 3 of his teammates up there on the high side, running nose to tail. Oh, and looks like Bingaman moves up to that high line. Could he be opening the door there for Stan Mayberry? He might, folks. Is Mayberry going to be able to move around? It looks like he's trying to work his way to the front. He's door to door with the 26. Teammates right there beside him. Now it looks like Bingaman drops back down to that inside line. Now a little ways past the halfway point, lap 56 of 100. But I tell you, they are hauling the mail out here. And a lot of, just about the whole field, a good portion of the field pitted on lap 41. So they went 41 laps into this race. And, you know, I'm kind of led to believe that they probably could have went a little further than that if it wasn't for the caution there. So that kept us from seeing any kind of green light, green flag pit stop strategies play out. That obviously is going to reset the strategies here a bit. And John Ashley Amerson there with Hastings and Wood. And now it's a 3-car draft there, using that 22nd position with Mato out in front of them, but they probably will catch the number 45 there before too long. Meanwhile, back up at the main group of drivers, we got Colin McCarthy coming down pit road. Oh, he's exiting pit road. The leader's now just going down to turn 1. Matthew Fitz making his way up through the field there, 6th position. Trying to catch that lead group of cars there, coming up on Michael Zuber there. Is he going to try to pass him, or is he going to just stick behind him? Oh, careful with that apron. Dip below the double yellow there just for a moment. Gap definitely starting to form between him and Bill Hales in 7th. making it look like it's basically the top 6 there. And then you drop back to the 53, Bill Hales, who's leading David Salter, 2 teammates there running. Don DeGroot's kind of not really in no man's land, but he's in a nice little pocket there. I suspect that the 5 there, Broderick and Pressler and Chris Lynn, I suspect they'll catch the 61 here in maybe about half a lap here. They're about to catch him right now. He's going to give him a little boost there, try to get him going. There's the next group of cars. There's, on the track map, it looks like they're a lot closer than they really are. And this group is led by McCarthy there from the looks of it. McCarthy, he's right there in front, but he's not in contention with those guys that he's leading. He's not on the lead lap, currently running in that 26th position, unfortunately, 8 laps down. But he is leading the train here at the moment. The main thing is to be in the draft. Michael Self down on pit road. Does he have any damage? Let's see. Yeah, he's got a bit of damage. He's not even in the car. So we'll have to wait and see if he makes it back out onto the track to finish the race. So as they continue to race along here, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey, you're watching the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. It's the Andre Weiss Parkinson's Awareness 80 here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? My old man! My way, the money I roll.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. We've got Devin Borden with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Okay, folks, we're back here, lap 65 of 100, riding on board with Bill Hales, currently running in that 8th position. But I tell you, the race is just winding on down here. Less than 40 laps to go. Now, if they stay green, they may have to do one green flag pit stop. Now that could be crazy. Make you wonder, will they? I don't think they can go to the end because, like I said, everybody pitted on lap 41, which is just before halfway. But could they go 60 laps? So I'll be interested to see. Stan Baber now in that second position. Nick Cannon has sorted himself out, got himself back up into the top 5 there, running in that third position. Michael Zuber right behind him there. Those guys finding their way back to the front. Look a little further back in the field there. There's Brian Pressler, currently in the 12th position. He's got Don DeGroot right there in front of him on the high side. And behind them, a little bit further back, that's the second group of cars. That's David Smeal in the 72 car. Kevin Click back there on that high side in the 17th position. Brake Swope also was up near the front there for a good little while. Right now getting some, for a minute I thought he was getting some bump drafting help there from the 24. Kyler McCarthy, but he moves to the high side. Back up towards the front group there. There's the group in the 9th position. They're coming up on some lap cars as well. And I think everybody will probably kind of squeeze on by him. Boy, he is hugging that wall. Who is that? That is Hastings, Dylan Hastings. Everybody gets past the one car. Boy, I tell you, he was up there leading the race right at the front there for a good little while. He pitted on lap 41 as well, but I don't know how he ended up. Something obviously happened for him to end up back in the 22nd position. I think was he might have been caught up in that caution. That might have been what it was, because he's currently running in that 22nd position. And how many laps? He's 4 laps down. Matter of fact, I want to say he was caught up in that second caution. Meanwhile, at the front, now 30 laps remaining. Nick Cannon in 4th. Michael Zuber now up to that 3rd position, trying to get a little closer to the front. And everything he can to try to get up there. He's up on the high side, and he is at the front now. He was there 3rd for a while, and now he's up on that high side and leading. How long will he be able to stay there? Looks like he's got Nick Cannon right there behind him, trying to give him some drafting help. Jaden Bingham down on that inside. Oh man, and they're just really getting some serious bump drafting going on there as they go down the back stretch, trying to get up there and clear the 26. But they're not playing around at all. Matthew Fitz now in that 6th position. And Jaden Bingham drops down low. I don't know what happened there, unless he just just lost the handle on the car there, and he just completely got shuffled out of the order. And man, the field is just rocketing on past the 26. He lost a lot of momentum all the way back to the 18th position. And now he gets picked up by the 24 there, Colin McCarthy. There's Brick Swope down on the inside. But a huge change there for Bingaman. Nick Cannon right behind Michael Zuber now. Matthew Fitz there third. Stan Mayberry in that fourth position. Chris Lynn in the fifth spot. Bill Hales right behind him in the sixth position. And I tell you, man, it definitely can be just about anybody's race. Now less than 30 laps to go. These guys are a little spaced out back here. Lucas Nilge is up on that high side, and he's going to tuck down on the inside once again. Just outside that top 10. Who's got behind him? That's Ken Baum Jr. Not close enough to do any bump drafting. Let's see what happens when they come off of turn 2. And he just stays tucked behind the 21. Oh, I heard him feathering the throttle there, getting in and out of it. You'd really come up on Brian Pressler there, and Pressler moves to the high side. It's like he had to check up just a little bit. And Pressler up on that high side with Don DeGroot. The top 4 look like they're trying to pull away just a little bit. Stan Mayberry, he's on the tail end of that top 4. Man, a nice big old draft bump there for Matthew Fitz. Don't turn him. And Chris Lynn started. There was a little bit of a gap forming, with Chris Lynn closing it up quickly as they go through turns 3 and 4. And here we go. That's what I was thinking. Green flag pit stops. Everybody peels off, getting on the brakes, trying not to make sure they get a speeding penalty as they make their way down to their pit boxes. Chris Lynn is the first one to get there. A lot of guys coming in here. Jeremy Zalfos in. Ken Baum Jr. is in. There's Broderick right there in front of him. And he's on his way. Well, I tell you, one of the main things is you get off a pit road, man, you don't want to be by yourself. And all these guys getting up to speed now. And they make their way out. Here goes some more guys coming in. Now 24 laps remaining. So we'll see where everything shakes out here. Bill Hales coming in. David Salter right behind him. Carson Pittman making his way down. Brick Swope behind Pittman as he comes down to his pit box. Other guys already in there. There's Bingaman. Left side's getting ready to go on. He'll be on his way back out. I think we saw some guys take 2 tires. That was a 4-tire stop there for the 26. They're all on their way back out. Right now up at the front, it's Michael Zuber in here. He comes with his group coming down, and everybody gets on the binders good there. Nobody spinning on the pit road. That's good to see. Mayberry, there's the group behind him there, and Brian Pressler all racing down to their pit boxes. And the field hasn't cycled around yet. It'll be, I think it'll be Jeremy Zarfos, maybe, that will inherit the lead. Currently 8th. And those guys they're getting going, exiting, they're trying to make their way off a pit road. But Jeremy Zarfos, he's up a full head of steam there. Let's see if he catches them. Now he's in turns 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to catch Lucas Nilges? The gap is coming down 1 second. There they are now. They're all desperately trying to get up to speed. And it looks like he's going to blow by Nilges. He has a whole bunch of them. Oh, Matthew Fitz thought about maybe trying to step out. Don't do that. A real big speed difference there, and nothing they could do. Nick Cannon, though, they did get out. And right now, they're still ahead. Nick Cannon, Stan Mayberry running 1-2 right there. Jeremy Zarfos, he got by all those guys, now into that third position. Kevin Click now, oh boy, coming down on pit road all by his lonesome. And boy, he'll be a sitting duck when he exits the pits, unless he gets real lucky and comes out in some traffic and may be able to get the draft and get him going, but I don't know. We'll see. He's in his pit box right now. 22 laps remaining, and Stan Mayberry running in that second position, 1.2 seconds that's the chasing pack right there. That's Jeremy Zarfos leading that whole gaggle of cars there. Boy, can Cannon and Mayberry stay ahead of them? They look, the gap, you can see the gap is just under a second now. And I mean, they're drafting, but still, you know, that big group of cars back there, they're breaking up the air a lot more than just those two. And I would imagine it'll just be a matter of time. Here they come now, less than half a second. Man, they're really pouring on the coal here too. They may move to the high side and try to shoot past these guys here. Let's see what happens here. Are they going to tuck right in on the behind them? Looks like that's what they're going to do for the moment anyway. Definitely have caught up to Cannon and Mayberry. Nick Cannon currently your leader. Let's look at the team layout here. Now he's Little Kitty Racing, and then Mayberry with Mopar, and then Turn 2 Terribles, I believe, is Jeremy Zarfos, and then we have Ryan Broderick. Who is Ryan with? He is Ryan Broderick Racing. Okay, he's a owner operator there. And fifth, we have Michael Zuver with Team Sparkle Unicorn. Bill Hales, I believe he's in Mopar, isn't he? Yes, he is. Bill Hales with Mopar. And Matthew Fitz just moving ahead of him. He's Team Sparkle Unicorn. And Lucas Nilges also is a teammate there, Matthew Fitz. I'm sorry, well, yeah, he's Glitter Kitty Racing, but like I said earlier, those two teams are pretty much kind of the same group there. Stan Mayberry running second. His teammate David Salter battling with Brian Pressler there. Salter down on the inside line there in the 10th spot. Now less than 20 laps to go. Man, I tell you, you know, this is it's nice to see a nice mix of teams. It's not just all the majority of one team right at the front. It's a good representation of different teams running inside the top 10 right here, folks. And Nick Cannon, you know, three different teams running 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Nick Cannon, Stan Mayberry from Mopar, and Jeremy Zarfos, Turn 2 Terribles. And he, you know, he doesn't have, now Zarfos, he doesn't really have any teammates up there around him right now. When I think about it, Broderick, he's with by his own team. He's surrounded by Mopar and, like, you know, Glitter Kitty and Team Sparkle Unicorn drivers. And so he's going to really have to try to fend for himself there. Stan Mayberry takes the point. Zubert up on that high side. Nick Cannon, he drops in behind the 48. And boy, look at him just encouraging him along. As Zarfo's hot on his heels as well. Well, those top three, they're trying to break away there just a little bit. Jeremy Zarfos, there's a gap there, about 0.3 of a second there between him and Matthew Broderick. I'm sorry, Ryan Broderick. Who is Matthew Broderick? Is that the actor, isn't it? I think some actor back from the 90s or something like that. I think that's his name. Broderick taking a little peek on the outside there. Stan Mayberry up at the front. Now, all three of these guys, Mayberry, Cannon, Zarfos, and well, I'm trying to think. I don't think Broderick, I don't think he's had a win this season. I don't think so, but there could be a first-time winner here tonight, folks. That would be awesome. Look at Bill Hales getting himself up there into that third position. And boy, you can just feel the energy just ramping up lap after lap as this thing winds down. Now 15 laps to go. Coming off of turn 2. They're going to be about 5 seconds away from George Wood. They'll be catching up with the lap car. Don't see him in the picture just yet. He's approaching the trioval there. They're just coming out of turn 4. Jeremy Zarfos, he was right up at the front. Things change so quickly here at these super speedways. And you know you want to stay out of trouble, but you know if you want to have any kind of shot at getting up there and grabbing that W, yeah, at some point you just got to stick your nose in there. Oh, the big crash, and he makes it through. Oh boy, caution here with 14 laps remaining. Stan Mayberry, he made it through. Nick Cannon looks like he's all right. Jeremy Zarfos, they all made it through. I don't think they have any damage. Jeremy, he looks okay. And who else is Don DeGroot? Does he have some damage? Oh yeah, he's tore up. And arrow-wise, anyway, I can't imagine he'd be able to hang in there. He'll probably have to pit. Bill Hale's already coming down on pit road, and let me see. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of damage on the 53 there. Ken Baum Jr. I don't think he was involved in that. Yeah, he looks pretty clean, so he's going to move up to the 6th position, I believe. Ryan Broderick, he looks okay. So a caution here. I believe it was lap 87 when it actually happened. And let's see. Oh man, David Salter, he jumped to the pits. Both him and Brian Pressler. So they're towing in right now. It's going to take a while for them to tow in. And let me go back up to the front here, see if I can see where the caution came off. And let's see. Let's see. Let's jump on board with Matthew Fitz. See if we can see what happened here. And oh, it's already happened. Let's wind it back here a little bit. And matter of fact, what we'll do is I think we're gonna slow it down, but we're gonna jump on board with Bill Hales, 53 car, and boy, he's right in the thick of it too. Somebody behind him. Oh, let's go to that blimp shot. Hales, there's David Salter. And there, yeah, he's pushing him. But boy, he's right on that right rear corner. And I don't know if things might go terribly wrong here. They're coming. Oh, and I see the 48, Stan Mayberry. He comes in with the head of steam. He gets into the 88, and the 88 gets into the 96, and there we go. Chain reaction. And Michael Zuber, he was a sitting duck. Oh, man, 53. He just gets caught up in it. Lucas Neal just gets caught up in it. There's Broderick. He squeezes through the 8 to 42. They all make it through there. Man, that was close. But then Zuber, he got stuck there as well. Bill Hales ends up in the wall there with Brian Pressler. And, the 88. Oh, and he comes down and taps the 88. Matthew Fitz. Oh, and Don DeGroot gets tagged as well. He was trying to avoid it all. Man, he got caught up in it as well. And, hey, that's what happens when you had the big one there. And once again, it changes the complexion of the race. It's Ryan Broderick now at the front. Nick Cannon running second. Jeremy Zarfos in the third spot. Fourth, Ken Baum Jr., Chris Lynn fifth, Jimmy Barr will be in that sixth position with David Smith Jr. seventh. Carson Pittman looks like he'll be in the eighth position. Jaden Bingham in ninth, and Brody Green rounding out the top 10. And about almost half the field, a little over half the field is on pit road. See a lot of guys having work done there. Don DeGroot, he's going to have a lot of work done on his car. And look at all these cars down on pit road. Brian Pressler, how much damage does he have? Not as much as DeGroot, but it's still banged up a bit there. So it's going to take a while for him to get going once again. And let's see, there's Bill Hales. He's got a lot of damage on that 53. So not too much he can do there. And just a matter of there's Michael Self. How much damage does he have? His car's not as bad, but I think he was already on pit road. So yeah. Now look, 11 laps to go. Wow. See, there's David Smith. Let's see if I can find somebody. I don't know. Let's see. Now Broderick, he's right at the front. And let's grab David real quick and move him up here. And he's with Posse Racing. Hey, David, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha, sir.
Man, I tell you, boy, things getting a little crazy here at the end, aren't they?
Don't expect anything less from a super speedway race, huh?
I tell you, man, and but I tell you, your teammate, he's right up there at the front, Ryan Broderick, and I know you wish he was up there to help him out, man.
We got a lot of teammates up here between us and the T2T guys, so as long as one of us wins at the end of the day, that's the important part. So hopefully we'll be able to survive these next 10 laps.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, it had a nice long green flag run there. And you did get a green flag pit stop in. There's a lot of positions changing there on those pit stops. Oh, I see you getting ready to go green. Let me put you down your channel. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Good luck.
Green, green, green.
And my bad there to David Smith. I didn't realize we were going green once again. We're riding on board with him as they get going once again. Got to maintain his focus on what he's doing. Right now, he's in that 9th position. And they got the 91 there right on the outside, Brody Green. Matthew Fitz behind Brody there. So now he's doing everything he has to do this. Oh, another caution, but that doesn't involve these guys. So I'm not sure who that was. And he gets another little breather there, and let me go down here and see if I can see. Oh no, it was Lucas Nilgis. Is he still there? He is there now, and the car doesn't look too bad. Maybe it was just a spin. And let's go back and take a look here. And see, there's the 21, Colin McCarthy down on the inside, Briggs Hope in the 57 in front. Matthew Fitz in front of Nilgis there. and somebody got into some. Oh, Swope got into the 26 Bingaman, and did they contact the 21? Oh yeah, they kind of tapped him and got him going sideways. They went into the wall, and he is a sitting duck right now. But everybody, there's McCarthy, there's Mayberry going by, and the whole gang going by, and he's just kind of watching. Oh, Brick Swope just went right in front of him. Wow. He got lucky there. There's Bingaman, and are they going to make contact? And no, they're still quite a ways. The angle there from the other camera angle looked like they were close, but man, that was he escaped some serious damage there, I believe. So yeah, that was a close call for the 21. He is back there in the 15th position, though. Less than 10 laps to go. Broderick, he's still hanging on at the front there. In that first position, Ken Baum Jr. Now in this second spot there, Jimmy Barr. Two terrible guys right there. Then you have Nick Cannon up there with Glitter Kitty Racing and Jeremy Zarfos, another Turn 2 Terribles driver. So the Turn 2 Terribles, they're massing up here at the front here. Chris Lynn in that sixth spot. They're very strong at the front. I think Carson Pittman is the highest running Mopar driver at the moment. And then we were just talking to David Smil Jr., Posse Racing. I gotta check their team stuff. I was referring to Broderick. I was thinking Broderick was a teammate. Now his ID is showing him as Ryan Broderick Racing. I'm wondering if they're actually teammates, because I think he mentioned him as a teammate there. So I'm gonna have to check with them on that and make sure those graphics are correct there. Brick Swope making his way off of pit road. Looks like he got as much damage fixed as he can. Trying to get back out and finish this race. He's in the 15th position, still on the lead lap. He's on the tail end. I believe he's on the tail end of the lead lap. A lot of guys still on pit road. Michael Zuber, no, this was from that other caution there. Michael Zuber, he's on pit road. Jaden Bingaman on pit road. Don DeGroot, I think I just saw Zuber take off. Making his way up. He's making his way down pit road. Bingaman also making his way out. DeGroot, he's still on pit road. He had a lot of damage anyway. Let's see, Brian Pressler. All these guys right here. A lot of these guys had a lot of damage, or enough damage anyway. Dylan Hastings, he might have did he just retire his car? He might have just called it a night, possibly. He's on pit road. He's not in the car. The car doesn't look that damaged, but Swope coming back in. I think he's just coming around trying to not lose a lap. Probably get some more work done on the number 57 there. Now it's about finishing this race here, because now he's in the 15th position, but coming down to the checkered flag, anything could go crazy there. And Swope, I think he's still on the lead lap. I believe he is anyway, and you just never know. See, lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be 6 laps to go when they get the green flag. And 4 cautions this evening. They had some good green flag runs there. Still a handful of cars on pit road. Looks like about 6 cars that are technically still in the race. Well, now let's see, what Con and who was it? Strip Matter, I believe. officially showing us that. Oh, it looks like, yeah, that's right, Amundsen and Maida, they also retired. So we do have 4 retirements. Pace car is down on pit road.
Green, green, green.
We got the green flag and racing once again. Ryan Broderick trying to get a good jump on the field. He's got Jimmy Barr right there with him on the inside. Boy, he don't know where he's trying to defend high and low there. He jumps down to the inside, trying to keep Jimmy Barr right behind them. But boy, on the high side, there goes Ken Baum Jr. and Nick Cannon, and they just sail right into the front. Well, look at the 32, Chris Lynn on the high side. You still see Broderick down on the inside there with Jimmy Barr. They do have 3 attempts at a green-white checker. Let's see if they don't have to use that tonight. Nick Cannon, right, tucked in behind the number 2. Now racing down the backstretch. No lap cars will be encountered from the looks of it here. All the other cars that are still on pit road, and everybody seems to still be either getting work done on the car or have retired their vehicle for the evening. Coming down to the stripe, it'll be 4 laps remaining. Ken Baum Jr. out front, Nick Cannon, Jimmy Barr, Jeremy Zalforst, 4th, Ryan Broderick in that 5th position. Jimmy Barr moves up onto that high side, and is he going to get any help there? There goes the 42 there. Jeremy Zarfos, oh boy, hang in there, guys. Ryan Broderick, he gets bracketed there. They pass him high and low. There's Lucas Nilgis. He's in the 10th position now. Oh, and they get together, and they're wrecking.
The yellow flag is out.
Nilgis trying to get past. Looks like the top 5 managed to make it through. Kevin Click, Chris Lynn, Ken Baum Jr., Jeremy Zarfos, and Jimmy Barr now is in the lead of this race. Oh man, Nick Cannon, does he have any damage? Not a whole lot. So let's see. And Nick Cannon was definitely involved in that or got caught up in it. Let's see what happened here. Now Cannon, he's the number 8. Oh yeah, you can see he's already going sideways there. Let's run it back here a little bit. See if we can see what happened. And see Nick Cannon right there. And you see him, the number 8. He's right behind Ken Baum Jr. down on the inside line. Oh boy, there are. Somebody came down on the 8. The 2 was sliding up, but that was the 32, I believe, Chris Lynn. And they're kind of like, oh, they're just all over the place now. Oh man, the 4 car gets caught up in it. Carson Pittman, and they were bouncing off the wall, bouncing off each other. And crazy reaction. Look at Michael Zuver trying to, he manages to squeeze through there. Oh boy, does he get through? Oh, he got tagged right at the last minute there. For a minute, I thought he was going to make it through. Oh my goodness. He does straighten it out. Well, does he? Stan Mayberry, yeah, he does end up straightening it out. Well, sort of. Okay, he's trying to get control of it. That happened so quickly. Man. And so there we go. Caution number 5. Now 3 laps to go, and well, okay. Like I said, they had 3 chances for green-white checker, so this is going to be the first one. Somebody just got a wave around. Who was that? I think that was Don DeGroot getting a lap back here in that 18th position. And So he was I think he was 5 laps down. Now he's 4 laps down. And car doesn't look too. I think he was on pit road there for a while anyway. He lost some laps. So now Jimmy Barr doesn't have a webcam up tonight. Sometimes he does have a webcam running. I think he runs the VR headset. So him and teammate Jeremy Zarfos running 1-2 right there. Ken Baum Jr. Actually, that's his teammate as well. So yeah, and also Chris Lynn. So it's it's turning into a turn 2 terribles night here. Great day in 5th position. Kevin Click also turned 2 terribles, and then Michael Zuber, the first non-turn 2 terribles driver, in the 6th position. So man, I tell you, and that's turn 2 terrible. That's why they are where they're at. Where are they at in the? Let's look at that again. Where are they at in the standings there? Team stays. They're leading, I believe, aren't they? No, Nitro is leading, and turn 2 terribles. They're like 34 points behind, but that could change here tonight, possibly. I need to copy those standings pages over to my neck of the screen so I can pull them up whenever I want to throughout the race if I want to take a quick reference at something. And let's see, a few folks on pit road. Nick Cannon, he's down on pit road, and I think a lot of these guys were already down there. Roderick, he's not even in the car. A lot of these guys were involved in other stuff earlier on. Lights are out on the pace car. And this will be green-white checker attempt number 1. Now all these, the top 5 right there, all teammates. Well, I tell you, Michael Zuber, boy, he's going to have a job on his hands here because he knows all those guys in front of him are teammates, and you know they're going to be working together to try to consolidate a good finish for the team as well. I'm sure every single one of them wants to win, but they have Michael Zuber right there, and he's keeping those tires warm. Carson Pittman, Stan Mayberry right back there ready to go as well. And their 2 teammates as well, Mopar Motorsports. Jaden Bingaman in the 9th, he's the Nitro driver. They're actually leading the team standings right now. I just know Tyler Isley's not here tonight. He's one of the Nitro drivers as well. He's not racing here tonight. So that's not going to help them at all. Here we come now. Pace car should be pulling off. There he goes. Waiting for that green flag.
Green flag.
We got a green flag. Green-white checker attempt number 1. On their way down to turn 1. Now we got some guys. They're down on the, got the 2 and the 12 right there. Kevin Click, he's running there, and you see how they look at where the 42 is. It's almost like they've got the 96 boxed in, and I don't think they're going to let him get out of there. I think the 42, Jeremy Zarfos, is going to try to keep Michael Zuber down on that inside. He'll just race with him and not let him get up on that high side. 2 laps to go. And they're coming to the white flag, which is in the air. It's Jimmy Barr, Ken Baum Jr., Kevin Click, and now Michael Zuber's in that 4th position, but he's battling with Jeremy Zarfos who's on the high side there. I don't think Zuber can go anywhere. He's pretty much stuck there. Jimmy Barr trying to hold on, get a win here. Ken Baum Jr. pushing him along. Kevin Click in the third position. And they're making their way through turns 3 and 4. And the wrecking behind, but it's not going to matter. Checkered flag is in the air, and it's going to be in the air for Jimmy Barr, the winner here tonight at Daytona. Jimmy Barr holds on to get a victory here tonight at Daytona, and a good finish for the team as well. I know he's excited here. So Jimmy Barr, Ken Baum Jr., and Kevin Click, turn 2 terribles, 1, 2, 3. They round out the entire podium. Jimmy Barr coming down now to do a little celebrating. We'll do a little spinning through the grass there. While he's doing that, we'll go ahead and grab these guys and get them up in the booth there. There's Jimmy. We'll bring him on up here, and we got to get Ken and Kevin as well. And there's Ken. Isn't that something? Everybody's right there. And, bring Kevin up there as well, and so now we'll head on down there with them. Okay, folks, we're down here with your top 3. Boy, it is a Turn 2 Terribles night here at Daytona with your race winner, Jimmy Barr. Hey, Jimmy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I tell you, what an awesome finish for the team here tonight, man. Congratulations on that win.
Thank you, yeah. I gotta thank everybody on the team for helping me get this win. Needed that to get into the playoffs. And we also got Ken, I believe, locked him down on the regular season championship. So that was a great finish for the whole team there. We basically swept the whole top. So can't ask for much better.
Absolutely, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Just everybody on the team, Turn 2 Terribles, everybody over at Posse Racing 2, Smeal and Broderick were big helps as well, and Jay-Z Photography and everybody who runs this league. Just awesome. I'm speechless. I can't wait to go to the playoffs here and show. We've got a lot of speed this year and haven't really had the finishes to really show it, so I think we could go show something here in the playoffs.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations to you and the team, and we will see you in the playoffs.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Ken, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, I tell you, man, great finish there. Like I said before, great finish there for the team. Congratulations on that second position.
Yeah, it's good. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. We didn't really have to work hard, but we still pulled it off.
Absolutely, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Turn 2 Terribles, my girlfriend and my daughter. They tune in every week, and I'm glad they haven't kicked me out of here yet.
Yeah, well, you'll be here for the playoffs, man. So go rest up and get ready for that, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
And hey, Kevin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Tony.
Man, I tell you, congratulations, man. And boy, you guys, like you were saying, didn't have to work too hard at the end there, man. The team, you had all your teammates around you. I know that felt good.
I don't know what you and Ken are talking about. I had a 26-second penalty. I had to serve and had to come from the back there, avoiding 3 different wrecks and everything else just to get to where I got. But no, we came into this one. We knew we wanted to get Jimmy, was right on the bubble. And if we get him a W here, then we're going to be able to get him into the playoffs, and that's what we were, kind of focused on as a team, and we wanted to make sure that we did everything we could to do it. And amazed that it worked out the way that it did.
Yeah,
doesn't normally work that way when your best laid plans happen the way that it did, but worked out that way. Glad for Jimmy. Glad for Ken to I think he sealed up the championship there for the regular season, and we'll move into Darlington next week into the playoffs and see what we got.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, when I saw you guys up there, the top four, and Michael right there, and I'm like, and I know you want everybody to try to get up there, and I'm thinking to myself, no, that he's not. He's outnumbered. He's outnumbered, outgunned, and you could just see it on those last couple of laps, and you guys were just locked down.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was some good teamwork there, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when it works out the way that you expect it to, and that's what happened tonight. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again. Go celebrate. We'll see you guys in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, now. Okay, folks. Well, that will do it here tonight, and let's go ahead and bring up the race results here. If they will come up. There they go. And Jimmy Barr, your winner. Ken Baum Jr. second. Kevin Click third. Carson Pittman in the fourth position. George Wood finished in the fifth spot. Then we had Jeremy Zarfo sixth. Michael Zuber seventh. Lucas Nilgers eighth. Briggs Swope ninth. And Jaden Bingaman, he rounds out the final, the top 10 there. And I'll scroll on down so you can see where your favorite driver ended up in the order there. And had just a handful of retirements, well, maybe a little bit more than a handful towards the end, but hey, that's what happens in that plate track racing. And now it is time to go move on to the playoffs, folks. And it'll be the first race of the round of 16. It's the Melanie Hales Photography Cake Smash 250 at the track Too Tough to Tame. The lady in black, I'm talking about Darlington. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell so you know every time we go live. So for everyone here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.